What if I told you that the only thing standing between you and the life you dream of is a single silent enemy living inside your own mind? Before you answer, let that question echo deep within your soul. Let it disturb the dust of your daily routine, disrupt the comfort of your habits, and awaken the ancient hunger that once made you dream of something more. Because today, as the world around you falls silent, I want you to ask yourself the most important question of your life. Will you conquer your weakness or walk away from the battlefield of your potential? In the shadowy corridors of history, greatness has always been forged in the crucible of adversity. Roman legionaries went on campaign not because the road was easy, but because the fire in their hearts burned brighter than the sun beating down on their backs. Leonardo da Vinci, haunted by the specter of unfinished works, continued to create not because he was free from doubt, but because he did not allow weakness to dictate the terms of his legacy. And in today's world, where distractions are increasing and comfort beckons, the struggle is no less fierce. The enemy is not a rival, a critic, or even the relentless tick of time. The enemy is that part of you that whispers, "Calm down. Give up all. Stay small." But you were not born to be small. You were not created for mediocrity. The architecture of your mind is a cathedral of possibilities, and every thought you have is a stone laid in the foundation of your future. Napoleon Hill, the architect of desires, once wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But belief is not a passive inheritance. It is a weapon forged in the fire of intention, sharpened by discipline, and wielded with skill. The world will try to convince you that your thoughts are powerless, that your dreams are childish, that your ambitions are a burden. But the world is wrong. The world is afraid, and fear is the currency of the weak. So let's start where all revolutions begin, in the mind. Imagine that your thoughts are seeds scattered across the fertile soil of your consciousness. Some will wither in the shadows of doubt. Others will be choked by the weeds of negativity. But some, just a few, will take root and grow into mighty oaks, unshakable in the storm. The first step is to become the gardener of your mind. Uproot the beliefs you no longer need. Rip out the stories that tie you to the past. Water the seeds of possibility with the pure, cold water of truth. Clarity is the sword that cuts through confusion. It is the light that illuminates the path when darkness surrounds you. Without clarity, you are a ship without a compass, a traveler lost in the fog. But with clarity, every step becomes a statement of intent. Every action becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of your destiny. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what others expect of me, not what is safe or comfortable, but what ignites my soul. The answer may scare you. It may require sacrifice. But it is the only answer worth pursuing. Vision is the architect of reality. It is the blueprint that turns dreams into monuments. The great builders of history did not wait for permission to imagine cathedrals. They first saw them in the theater of their imagination, and then they subjugated the world to their will. Your vision is your birthright. Guard it passionately. Nurture it every day. Let it become so vivid, so undeniable, that it becomes a force of attraction, pulling you forward even when your strength wanes. When the world tells you to be realistic, remember that every skyscraper was once a fantasy, every symphony a whisper in the dark. A goal is the engine that drives the relentless. It's the reason you get up before sunrise, the fuel that keeps you going when the road gets steep. Without a goal, effort is wasted, energy is scattered, and life becomes a series of empty gestures. But with a goal, every moment is filled with meaning. Every failure is a lesson. Every victory is a step toward success. Find your goal, and you will find your strength. It may be buried under years of compromise, hidden behind walls of fear, but it is there, waiting for you to find it. Discipline is the bridge between intention and achievement. It is the daily choice of the future over comfort, of vision over weakness. The world will offer you 1,000 distractions, 1,000 reasons to give up. But discipline is the quiet voice that says, not today, not now, never. It is forged in small decisions, getting up early, studying an extra hour, refusing to wallow in self-pity. Discipline is not punishment. It is a declaration of sovereignty over your own life. Action is the alchemy that turns thoughts into reality. Dreams without action are ghosts wandering the corridors of your mind, whispering about what could have been. But action, decisive, relentless, courageous action, breathes life into your dream. It is the hammer that breaks the chains of inertia, the spark that ignites the fire of progress. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for permission. The world belongs to those who act, who dare, who risk failure in pursuit of greatness. Gratitude is the antidote to despair. It is a lens that shows abundance amid scarcity, beauty amid chaos. When you cultivate gratitude, you become a magnet for miracles. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles, to find strength where others see weakness. Gratitude is not a denial of struggle. It is an affirmation of resilience. It is a quiet confidence that no matter how strong the storm, you have the strength to endure, adapt, and overcome. Adaptability is the art of survival. The world is in constant motion, and those who cling to the past are swept away by the waves of change. Adaptability is not a rejection of principles, but a willingness to evolve. It is the courage to let go of what you no longer need and embrace the unknown with open arms. The greatest minds in history were not the most rigid, but the most flexible. They bent but did not break, learned without pride, and grew without fear. Resilience is the armor of the soul. It is the refusal to be defined by failure, the determination to get up again and again, no matter how many times you fall. Resilience is not the absence of pain, but the ability to manage it. It is the ability to turn wounds into wisdom and scars into strength. The world will test you. It will break you, bend you, beat you. But if you refuse to give up, if you decide to stand tall in the face of adversity, you will become unbreakable. Learning is the fuel for transformation. The moment you think you know everything, you begin to die. The greatest leaders, the most successful innovators, are eternal students. They devour knowledge, seek mentors, and remain humble in the face of the unknown. Learning is not a destination, but a journey, a lifelong pursuit of mastery. The more you learn, the more you realize how much there is still to discover. And in that humility lies the seed of greatness.